Caitlin Clark sent a message to the Seattle Storm bench and her critics in the last game. In the same game where she got that shove from Skylar Diggins-Smith, this happened. Caitlin Clark simply looking at the Storm bench and telling them to stop crying. I think they provoked the wrong girl. The most interesting thing is that we know she's been provoked since the start of the season. Remember that clip of Dawn Staley?
If I had to pick a Rookie of the Year at this time,
like today you had to pick,
today,
you know?
It's Angel.
I think she might have changed her opinion. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's redefining the sport and making her critics eat their words. And this is just the beginning. Let's recap Caitlin Clark's journey so far, because it's been nothing short of phenomenal. Since entering the WNBA as the first overall draft pick, Clark has faced enormous challenges. Expectations were sky high, and many wondered if she could maintain the level of play she showed in college. But Clark didn't just maintain her level. She elevated her game. Before the Olympic break, she was already impressing with averages of over 17 points and 8 assists per game. Elite numbers for any player, let alone a rookie. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Clark faced tough defenses, physical plays, and yes, a lot of trash talk. Veterans tested her limits on every play. Some said she was too arrogant, too confident. But you know what Clark did? She turned every criticism, every challenge, into fuel. And now, after the Olympic break, it seems we have an even stronger and more determined Caitlin Clark. While other league stars were competing in Paris, Clark had the opportunity to rest, recharge, and apparently absorb some basketball superpowers. The difference is noticeable, and we're not just talking numbers here. In the game against the Phoenix Mercury, Clark showed why she's considered one of the best in the league. She scored 29 points, dished out 10 assists, and grabbed 5 rebounds. And it doesn't stop there. In the following game, against the Seattle Storm, Clark broke the rookie assist record in WNBA history. With 225 assists in the season, she surpassed the mark set by Ticha Penicheiro, a true basketball legend. But you know what's even more incredible? We still have several games ahead this season. Clark isn't just breaking records. She's redefining what's possible for a rookie in the WNBA. Clark's court vision seems to have reached a new level. It's as if she's developed a sixth sense on the court. She's seeing passes that no one else sees, creating opportunities out of thin air. It's almost unfair for opposing defenses. How do you guard someone who seems to have eyes in the back of her head? Now let's make a crucial comparison. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. At the start of the season, many considered this the big rookie rivalry. But reality has proven to be quite different. Let's look at the numbers. Clark is dominating in several statistical categories. She's averaging over 16 points per game, more than 8 assists, and nearly 6 rebounds. That's not just good for a rookie. It's elite for any player in the league. Reese, on the other hand, has had a solid season, but not at the same level as Clark. She's standing out in rebounds, especially offensive rebounds, but her offensive skills still need development. A crucial point is efficiency. Clark has shown an impressive ability to hit long-range shots, changing the game with her perimeter threat. Reese, however, has been struggling to finish near the basket, with one of the worst finishing percentages inside the paint in WNBA history for a rookie. But it's not just about numbers. Clark's impact on the game goes beyond statistics. She elevates the entire Indiana Fever team. Her court vision and ability to create opportunities for her teammates are unmatched among rookies. And that statement by Dawn Staley at the beginning of the season? It seems history is taking a different turn. Clark isn't just in the race for Rookie of the Year, she's leading that race with a considerable advantage. The comparison between Clark and Reese is no longer a tight competition. Clark is redefining expectations for a rookie in the WNBA, while Reese, despite her talent, is still seeking consistency. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark's impact on team dynamics and the Indiana Fever's playoff chances, because that's where the magic really happens. At the start of the season, the Fever was seen as a rebuilding team. They finished last season in last place and expectations weren't high. But with Clark, everything changed. Currently, the Fever is in 7th place in the WNBA standings, with a record of 13 wins and 15 losses. This might not seem impressive at first glance, but considering where they were, it's an incredible improvement. Clark isn't just playing well, she's elevating the entire team's game. The Fever's playing style has completely changed. Now, they play fast, exciting basketball, with lots of movement on the court and taking advantage of transition opportunities. This has not only contributed to the team's success, but has also significantly increased viewership. And speaking of viewership, Fever games have become must-watch events. We've seen packed arenas, with fans traveling from far and wide just to see Clark play. TV ratings have also skyrocketed, with Fever games becoming the most watched since 2001. The playoff chances, well, they've never seemed so real. The Fever has a series of favorable games ahead, many against teams below them in the standings. If they continue playing as they are, especially with Clark leading, a playoff spot isn't just possible, it's probable. Clark isn't just playing well, she's changing the team's culture. The Fever has gone from underdog to a team no one wants to face. And that, my friends, is the true impact of a superstar. Now let's talk about media reactions, fans, and how Caitlin Clark is influencing the WNBA's viewership and popularity. Because folks, what's happening is nothing short of revolutionary. The Caitlin Clark mania hasn't just continued, it's growing with each game. The numbers don't lie. Games involving Clark have become the most watched since 2001. And it's no coincidence. All these high viewership games have Clark as the protagonist. The media is in a frenzy. Analyses, debates, headlines. Clark dominates conversations about women's basketball. Experts who were once skeptical are now wondering if we're witnessing the birth of one of the greatest players of all time. On social media, Clark's name is trending after each game. Fans share her most impressive plays, discuss her stats, and debate her impact on the game. But the most impressive part, Clark is attracting new fans to the WNBA. People who had never watched a league game are now tuning in regularly. She's doing for women's basketball what few have managed, making it a must-watch event. Comparisons with NBA stars are inevitable. Some even suggest that Clark is generating more buzz than many male players currently. And the fans, well, they're absolutely enchanted. Ticket sales for Fever games have skyrocketed. Jerseys with Clark's name sell out quickly. She's become more than a player. She's a cultural phenomenon. Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's redefining what it means to be a female sports star. She's proving that women's basketball can be just as exciting, technical, and popular as men's. And that, my friends, is a game changer for the entire WNBA. After everything we've seen about Caitlin Clark, I want to know your opinion. What do you think? Has Clark already secured the Rookie of the Year award? Or is there still room for surprises? Will she be able to lead the Indiana Fever to the playoffs? And let's go further. Where do you think Clark fits in WNBA history? Are we seeing the birth of a legend? Does she have the potential to be the greatest of all time? Leave your comments down below. I want to see a heated discussion about Clark's future and the WNBA. And if you got as excited about this WNBA season as I did, don't forget to leave a like on this video. It really helps the channel grow and allows us to continue bringing incredible content about women's basketball. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification bell too, because we're going to closely follow every step of Caitlin Clark in this final stretch of the season. See you next time, basketball fans.